Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Brittany and today is my 17-week update for our 4th pregnancy, and this week was a little intense for me. I've only gained 10 pounds so far, so I feel like I'm doing well with weight. I feel really good. Most of the time I just think that I'm hitting kind of one of those points where I'm getting bigger and I'm just, she's growing a lot more and it's wearing me out to be home with my kids 24/7. And not to say that they're like acting out or anything like that. I think it's just been really hard to be quarantined continually. So this past week we had some sickness in our family, and it wasn't anything serious, thank God. It was my son had strep, and so just at any point right now when anybody's sick, it's like no matter what their symptoms are, their first thought is going to be like, oh my God, it's the coronavirus. So he had textbook signs of strep though, with a headache and a stomach ache and a sore throat. And a lot of little kids, I learned through nursing with peds, is that they won't necessarily have a really awful sore throat like we think of with strep. They have a terrible headache and a terrible stomach ache. And then he developed a little bit of a rash on his trunk. So he had all the signs of strep. We've treated it with antibiotics and he feels great now. And so I'm so thankful. But we had just gotten to the point where we were starting to hike and go outside and just be in nature versus like be in public. And we were hoping to do hikes this weekend and have an outside birthday party with some friends, and we didn't get to do that. And along with that, I had finally been able to do at-home delivery for our groceries. They've been out of everything lately, so I feel like it was just more productive for me to go and get them. And so you would have to, mask up, and I would wear gloves a lot of times or do my Purell on an already clean, basket anyway. But I didn't realize that even going out once a week for groceries was so good for my mental health. So I really, really struggled these past few days with just being, I think it's Brianna Kay that calls it hormotional. And I think it was right around her 17-week mark that she got to feeling like that too. So it must just be at this point in your pregnancy too that you start to just have another hormone surge, and the baby's growing more and you're getting bigger, and I don't know, it was just, there was a lot. And yesterday, and I think the day before too, I just told my husband, I was like, I just want to like go sit and cry. Like, I just need to have a good cry right now. And I'm frustrated, and it's not the kids' fault. And I'm just like, I'm exhausted, and I'm exhausted as soon as my baby wakes up from her nap and things like that. So it's just bad timing, bad headspaces because of everything that's going on in the world. And because my son was sick, I didn't get to work over the weekend with weddings and stuff. So even though I would have been masked up for all that, it's been really, really good for me to get out and to work a little bit. And so because he was sick and because we had to take so many precautions, even though it looked like strep, my boss took me off my weddings and had them covered. And so it all worked out beautifully, which I'm so thankful that it did. But it also just like hurt my heart to not be able to like get out of the house. So that was a little bit sad. But I'm just thankful that my son was okay, that we didn't have to worry about the coronavirus or be quarantined like even more severely or anything like that. But I am really struggling with not ever leaving my house. I have no energy because I'm not moving a ton. So that's been a struggle, but otherwise I feel great. I haven't had any swelling. My food aversions aren't that bad right now. I just love vegetables, and I'm starting to eat salad more, which I'm very thankful for. And I crushed a huge bag, like a Sam's Club size bag of Boom Chicka Pop. Now my kids and my husband helped me a little, but for the most part it was me. So that is my jam right now, and it was so good. So I'm getting to like less like super sweet stuff, but it was like an economy size bag because it was so big. It was so good though. I just laugh because I say it's like all my fiber that I'm gonna need for a week. But other than that, I feel really good. Baby is the size of an onion, and I have felt a couple of flutters, and I'm having more Braxton Hicks contractions, but they aren't as strong as they were last week. So I can very much tell that drinking more water is really helping. So I'm very thankful for that. We're starting to homeschool. We only got 3 days in last week because Tate got sick on our 4th day. So this week I've been really diligent in just trying to get things done and stuff like that. It's hot here. I mean, it's like mid 80s, which I know isn't super crazy, but my family is like, we're just a bunch of big babies. We don't like heat. We don't like really cold weather, and we don't like really hot weather. And so just finding things to do where everybody's happy is really hard. And me being pregnant and my husband working and us having a toddler, it's just hard for us to go out anywhere. We all just want to just go to Target and look around, and we can't do that, you know, because I can't put a mask on my baby, and the kids touch things just because they're kids. So that's been a struggle, but if that's my worst struggle, I think we're doing okay. And honestly, you know, I think it's just this point in my pregnancy as well. Yeah, it sucks that we're in, you know, still dealing with COVID and things like that, but I'm still very grateful to have a home that we've been able to have a yard and things for the kids to do and things like that, and things to keep us busy like homeschool. That's been a really, honestly, a big blessing for us. My kids are still complaining in the mornings when we have to do it, but once they get started, they're doing really well. So I think over the course of this next semester, it's gonna get even better, and I'm really thankful. We're still trying to find our right schedule and stuff like that. I did realize this, I told my kids this morning, I'm like, we're getting school out of the way first thing because mama needs her nap when the baby naps. And they were like, okay, because they knew that I felt so bad yesterday. So there's been a couple bad days, but honestly, they've not been terrible days. And I do think it has to do with my hormones, which if you're watching this and you're not pregnant, don't ever tell a pregnant person. It's probably, you're just hormonal, because it just makes it so much worse. It's okay if we say it, but you don't need to say it. So that honestly is my 17-week update. I'll show you guys a bump pic, and I think that's it. So again, I have a dress on. Like I said, it's hot and this is just what's comfortable, but there is little baby, sweet little Lola. She's getting big. I look very round. I'm not that big. I just feel like it's just like all stomach. It's all right there. It's really funny to just see it look like that. But that's my 17-week update, you guys. How are you doing during this time? Are you having any hormone influxes and things like that? I have felt really good. And the funny thing was my nausea came back this week, like right around 2:30. I like start to get really nauseous again. And so I don't know if it's the hormones and things like that, or if it's just the way that, like, maybe, you know, I might have yogurt or something like that, and the way the dairy just affects me. But I can definitely tell hormones are at play right now, because I'm just so tired and a little more emotional and nauseous again every once in a while. So other than that though, I'm doing really good. I think it's just being stuck in the house all the time and not ever being able to leave is just really bothering me. But like I said, if that's the worst thing we have to deal with, we're doing pretty good. Maggie is talking about Lola, which is really sweet, and Tate got to feel a Braxton Hicks contraction last night. and we were reading together, and I told him, I was like, oh my gosh, Tate, I just felt her kind of kick a little. And we talked about it for a minute, and that was really exciting to him. And I just remember when I was pregnant with Magnolia, we read a lot for homeschool. So she heard Tate read aloud to me a lot, because that was just the bulk of his school at the time. That's all I had the energy for. And she loves her brother, and she just took to him, like, even as a newborn. As soon as she could just like see well and, you know, get a little personality on her and, you know, coo, she loved him. So I just really think that that's how this baby's gonna be, and I'm just so excited to see that again. But that's my 17-week update. I hope you guys enjoy it. You can follow me on Instagram at The Perfect Mundane, and I'll see you next time.